Hi everyone, Buyer's Agent Jay Pace here for Providence Property Group with a market update for the year that was 2025. So this is my first market update back. So happy new year. I hope everybody's had a fantastic celebration and doing everything, but now we're straight back into it. I wanted to get into some data, and this is the new year, and I always like to, reflect and see what kind of 2025 was to me. And when I started going through that, I, upon my return, I kind of noticed that my social media feeds and casual conversations included a very familiar sign of doomsday warning. So I started seeing stuff like this, like, the 2026 crash is coming, get set for a bumpy 2026, the stock market's going to crash. I saw gold and silver fell the other day. Lots of people just starting to freak out. And I've been a professional investment advisor for over 20 years. And over those years, the clickbait on the economy collapsing and getting more, it's getting more prominent. Okay. It's getting more prominent. And I don't know if that's just because information is so much easily accessible now than what it was for me 20 years ago, but it definitely feels that way. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you a bit of data. Okay. Over the last 30 years, we've experienced 17% interest rates in the 1990s, 12% unemployment in 1992, the tech bubble crash in 2000, the 2008 GFC, the Euro sovereign debt crisis in 2009, the Australian mining crash in 2014, the Banking Royal Commission in 2017, followed by the crescendo that was COVID-19, which happened in 2020. Okay, then, on top of that, we then looked at sprinkling on top the war on terror, Middle Eastern civil wars, Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, the great US divide and the rise of Trump and MAGA, and the effects of mass international migration. And then let's not forget Israel and Palestine just recently as well. So that's just some of the things that we've endured, by the way, over the years. Why am I bringing this up? Not to give you our highlights of all the terrible stuff humanity's done over the last few decades, but more importantly, to let you understand the resilience of humanity, and more importantly, the resilience of property. So what I've done here is I've actually taken the data from the past 30 years up to 2022, and this chart shows the Australian property market over that period of time and where it's brought us to today. Now, in this, you could also see different events, major events throughout the world, both foreign and domestic, showing you how that's kind of affected the market and what the market did during that time. Now, here's the sad reality for Australian first home buyers. The Australian dream is dead, okay? Unless you're one of the lucky people that are going to receive some of the $5 trillion worth of intergenerational wealth transfer that's going to happen within the next 2 decades, it's dead for a lot of people, okay? Housing affordability is at record lows, and with an overwhelming feeling of hopelessness, many people need an apocalypse to actually occur in order for them to afford property. And this is why you hear a lot of people talking about it, because they feel just so hopeless. But the irony of that situation is that when we actually experience a downturn, and we did in 2017, you will remember we had about a 13% drop after the Royal Commission happened, and we had a slight 4.5%, 6% drop during the first few months of COVID. The irony is that when these market corrections occur, those who have been complaining that the market is too strong and overpriced, and those that are praying for a correction, when those corrections occur, those people now are seized by fear, and they claim that the market needs to fall further before they'll actually even get in. And that actually results in no change, because I have been doing this for long enough that I have seen multiple clients over 2 decades now that were telling me I want to buy, and the market's gone up and down, up and down, up and down, and they've just never gotten into it. Because for some people, talking about buying makes a lot of sense, but pulling the trigger, it's just not in them. And it's okay if that is you. If that's you, make your peace with it and do something else. Absolutely. I can't imagine being on that train and not being able to get off. But it's just very interesting. There's no change in their circumstances. And like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Now, Providence was established 20 years ago, and I'm really proud of that. It's our 20th birthday. If we allowed ourselves to be paralyzed with fear and doubt every time the newest boogeyman reared its ugly head, we would have missed out on literally millions and millions in profit for our clients over the last 2 decades. As professional buyer's agents, we study market cycles and timing. Understanding these patterns is the key to success. And I encourage you to either educate yourself or surround yourself with a team of experts who can help you navigate your investments. Because in any moment of decision, the best thing that you can do is the right thing, but the worst thing that you can do is nothing at all.